Alright, this is my colony. I'm going to just quietly let it go forward while I talk about it. So we observe Halaganism, which of course is the Druidic religion where you do nothing but steal and lie and murder people. We've upgraded it a couple of times using the ability to reform trait, but you know, it's a whole thing. So, let's see. We started with this little section right here. Uh, This was our storage room originally with a couple crafting tables, and our food room was these ones. But then, as time and all the stuff or whatever happens, we just expand out. The let's see, do we have Findal. Findal is one of our initial colonists, and he is a just amazing at shooting. Just a real gun lad. Wolf came much later. He's also pretty cool. He had a lot of weird tendencies as far as the colonist went. Like, cooking animals, intellectual. Not very much combat, but, you know, just all around pretty good. The, Shield was our leader, but unfortunately they passed away. In a Lynx attack, which ended the save. Because, of course, once that happened, I was just, like, over it at that point. It's really hard to just, once you put a game down for too long, to come back to it, so I was just like, yeah, this is where the colony ends. And then, you know, it did. So, let's talk about the other dead real quick. We got this little cathedral. We got our boy Tate. Tate died really quickly. He was one of the first four, but then passed away somehow. Can't remember how. Then we have Mikraga. Mikraga was just a decent, all-around cool colonist. Although I have nothing but good things to say for Jet, though. Jet was insane. Jet built this this thing right here, which, you know, it doesn't seem that impressive, but it was a quest to build it, and I built it wrong the first time, and then I realized, oh, you could do like a blueprint, and I put down the blueprint looked completely different. So then his job was to completely build a cathedral. Then I put this down, I was like, oh crap, it's wrong. And then he went and completely rebuilt the cathedral in like 2 days. He's very good at his job. So yeah, a lot of love for Jet. Paul Surgeon was another guy. Oh, every mistake I made with surgeons in this game was so frustrating. So whenever you set somebody to have a medical procedure, anybody with a doctor skill can show up and do it, and that repeatedly would basically screw me over, because then I would say, hey, fix this guy's arm with a fake arm or whatever, and then, you know, some guy with like 2 medical would walk up and be like, oh yeah, I could totally do that, and he would walk up, do it, and fail, even though like Paul was just there, he was on call, he could do it, but he would just never show up. It was so frustrating. And then we had a boss. I don't remember anything about him, to be honest. This is our current cathedral. It'd be a lot prettier and a lot cooler if, you know, everybody that repairs and builds stuff wasn't either dead or dying at the moment. This is the Killing Fields. This is an amazing... well, it's not an amazing kill box, but it is pretty funny. I have these spike traps set up, obviously, because people think they're wise, and they're like, I'm gonna go set up over here, we're gonna snipe from this corner, and then of course their leg gets completely destroyed. I would have set it up over here, but few people even come from that direction. I would have completed this. Now, okay, walls are interesting, because I normally never build walls in my settlements, because I just feel it's a little bit meh, right? But, this time or whatever, it was getting so hard to defend against this settlement because of the way I build these, where, you know, I like to build bedrooms, right? I like to build, like, you know, get a heater, we got this thing, We got all this stuff or whatever. Like, there's a whole gimmick to the way I build these, where I just think they're just cool rooms. And when it expands out to a full colony and you keep building the stuff the way you do, and you start acquiring a ton of colonists, which is kind of the goal of Halaganism, is to get as many human bodies as we possibly can. That way we can just have a lot of resources. I end up having to build more and more bedrooms and more expansions, and it's hard to build defenses around the perimeter of a colony where you're constantly building bedrooms. And of course, these bedrooms are not designed for violence at all. Like, there's no, outside of the four corners, there's no, like, basically place to hide. So it's really rough. I can't bring myself to fix that. They're putting fresh corpses in the rotted corpses place instead of over here, but whatever, who cares? It bothers me. It bothers me. Okay, whatever. Hopefully that'll fix it. We're completely fine with eating human flesh too, so these humans don't belong here either, but whatever. I was starting to build, of course, a little defense out here, but it was mostly just to build a firewall and B, just a place or whatever that we could shoot into. But our ultimate downside, what killed us, was this thing over here, which was we had this hole, and I built this hole because my brain was like, okay, you need to build this hole, otherwise everyone's gonna constantly try to break through either this door or like a wall, right? I learned later, of course, that's not the case at all. If you built this wall here, what they would do is they would just go all the way around to this entrance because it's so open. Or, you know, if they spawned on this side, they would go through here. So there's literally no reason not to just build this wall completed. It was just a mistake. It's always a mistake. Rimworld is nothing but just making a series of mistakes. But it was a ton of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Let's see. But yeah, a little hero declaration. Findal, obviously completely insane. His shooting skill put bullets through like 4 dudes in one raid once. That was cool. Middleton was pretty sick. He basically is just an incredibly convenient builder. He just never stops. Also, he ascetic or whatever, so of course I get to build a really terrible bedroom for him, which is always cute. I like doing that. Oh, he's not construction, he's cooking. Oh yeah, I remember now. Like Middleton and Wolf would always fight over the stove or whatever, and I had to build like multiple stoves so they would actually bother to do their job. I had to build like 3 research benches because every time I had so many intellectual people that basically they would constantly be bored otherwise, so I had to build multiple research benches to give them something to do. Yeah, there's so much stuff going on in the save. Also, horses are a venerated animal, so that's why we have so many. I like to have them that way I can overworld travel really fast, which of course is just what we gotta do, since we're a raiding faction. Hopefully you can tell from all of the 46 skull spikes I have in every place. Outside of like the kitchen. But yeah, it was a really good save. Findal, Theo was pretty Theo was okay. I got him pretty early because he had a high natural social skill, so of course his job was to be the guy that would convince everybody, get another cook, so he was fighting over the thing constantly. But yeah, he was just really convenient. Did a very good job pretty much all the time. I'll do that. Give him something to do. But yeah, we're I'll do that. But yeah, it was a good save. I had a lot of fun playing it, but the losing our leader and just generally the chaos towards the end or whatever just made me give it up. But yeah, that's my Rimworld colony. Thank you for checking it out. I'm going to put it in my little saves folder with all my other good Rimworld saves, where I can just live on forever. I'm gonna pause now because we're gonna get a lot of those notifications. But yeah, thank you so much.